Have you ever been asked to stay over your shift or work extra days?
I don't even know what the natural time of a shift is.
I have been asked to say, as a matter of fact, I got pushed to stay over my shift.
Oh, the time. Do I have a shift a day with no overtime?
Have you ever been asked to stay over your shift or work extra days?
I don't do it.
Ask all the time, but do you do? I've never. I don't think I've ever. I don't know.
Yes, that was the norm. Like free labor. Sometimes they didn't even pay you. You're like, wait, I did an hour last week. Where's my hour? I used to be checking on my hours when I was working on my lunch, and I'd be like,
literally, you have to, because
right.
they'll literally take, and never want to pay you for it. I started at 7:30 a.m. because they were training me to be a stock manager. So I started at 7:30, and I was actually supposed to start at 8, but I'm never on time for my morning shift, so I started at 8:30. And then she was like, oh, you're not leaving till 11. I said, When I was supposed to finish at 4. Ended up staying until 11 p.m, but it's okay because I got pizza, I got burger, and I just sat in the office and did the numbers. And then the next day they called me in, and they were like, oh, you could take 2 days off. I said, I love working here. These days off are just amazing.
What is a shift? Because I swear I should just bring a tent in my car at this point because everything's
basically
overtime.
live there.
Everything is overtime. I think. Honestly, I think we need to read our contract because I feel like they're entitled to think that 2 hours is now 20. A part-time job is now full-time with no compensation, and your taxes are still gonna be double. So it's like, oh wow.
Tell a lie, why am I acting like that? Ali, that's me a lot of times to stay over. And because you know when you first start the job, somebody even told me in the job, one of the managers like, yo, if you don't do this, they're gonna get rid of you. Trust me. I was like, bro, are you serious? Like, they're gonna see who puts in the work. Like, they're gonna ask you to stay over. I worked a 12-hour shift, bare times, because I was trying to save face. Knowing that I go home sweaty, smelling like stuff. I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing it again. Every single time they ask me, and I'll stay over. I'll stay. Knowing that I don't want to stay.
I don't mind, but you know, sometimes when it gets to like 5 o'clock, and you're like, can you stay? Can you stay till 7?
That they ask you the last 15 minutes of your shift,
right? Because they realise that the rotor's messed up.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna be like, oh, can you stay till 7? Nah, sorry mate, I've got a life after work.
Yeah.
You know? And you know the worst is when they ask you, oh, can you do extra days? And you say no, and they just kick up like,
and they have an issue.
Yeah, they have a whole issue that you can't do extra days.
But you're the one who made the rota, so I based my life
around the rota. And the worst thing is the rota's only 1 week in advance. So you ain't giving me much time.
Oh, you're being shady.
Oh no, sorry, I can't stop.
With people's time, they didn't have any respect with your time, especially when you're younger as well. And those minimum wages, was it what, £4 an hour? Joke, it was £4.
No, it was
£4. It wasn't £4.
I used to get paid £4 something an hour when I first started working.
£4.
What is it now? What is minimum wage?
Is it like £8 minimum wage?
£8.
Nice. I don't think I was ever. Let me try and think of. Listen, lunchtime in the shop that I worked in. Because are we not saying the names anymore?
We're not saying the names.
I don't really get asked too often to stay over my shift. Maybe once or twice if somebody didn't come in. But I used to have another job as well, so I couldn't really do the overtime like that. So it was all good.
That's been nice.
Even when I was retail managing at Foot Balance, I had to make sure I was in earlier and left later because you just had to do it when you're doing banking and stuff like that. So that's expected, and you just want to make sure things are easier the day before for your staff. But when you're doing part-time and you have to do extra hours, or even in retail when you have to clean the store for an hour, when it's Christmas and you want to go home, so you're there till like 11.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. And you're not getting paid. And I don't feel like slavery is anything we want to bring into the 2021, and we're not there for that. My shackles, minus the chain, my shackles are loose.
I remember I worked for Bosch. Because obviously, like, it was like construction equipment that we were selling. And they would ask if there was like a busy day, can you do an hour after? Can you do an hour after? And I'm like, no. I think one time I did like half an hour. And then they changed our contract and said, if it's busy to a certain degree, you have to do at least 2 hours in the day. And this happened when my child was, I expected a child soon. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that because I got appointments to go to, like doing this. That's why I left, because it was like, they expected me to do 2 hours before and 2 hours after. And I was like, I'm not doing that because I got a newborn and one on the way. I got a life. And they were like, well, you gotta do that or you're gonna get fired. I was like, well, bye. And I left. Literally, that was the last day I worked there, I left.
But imagine you say yes to those extra days. What happens when you want a day off? Do they give you? What happens if you...
The first thing is on the mind is, I'll see. I gotta see if I can get cover. But you don't. But they don't give you time to talk, to like think about if you can stay over or not. They're just like, come on,
tell me now. I'm thinking,
you made the rota. I have to live my life outside of this job.
So whatever you got going on, this is not my 24-hour job, you know.
Literally,
give me my hours and that's it, and I'm gone.
The main thing is that they don't want to help you out after you've helped them out. That's the main thing.
It was crazy. Everyone wanted baguettes. They wanted hot food. So it was the norm to have everyone on the shop floor at lunch, and then like your shift gradually finishes like 2, 3. But if you haven't started to clean up by 3 o'clock, you know you're gonna be there for a long time, so you have to go over.
Like every time I do a morning shift, it's always we start at 7 and we finish at 4, and then the night shift will start at 4 and then finish around 10, 11 right now. But anytime you're doing a morning shift and you finish at 4, no one ever leaves at 4. What is 4 o'clock? It's always like around 4:30. We're trying to get the night crew in, and then we have to make sure everything's clean for them, and it's all long. But now we never ever get to go home at the correct time, or we always like end up staying over extra days. They'll ask you. We meant to have 2 days off a week. And 5 days working if you're full time, but before pandemic, 7 days straight, and they wouldn't even give you a break. They'll still ask you on one of your days off, Brittany, can you come in?
Because I was like, I get sometimes doing half an hour, doing an hour, I get it.
2 hours.
But
no. And especially the kind of work you're doing, dealing with the customers that you're dealing with, like to ask of that, it's like asking a question that shouldn't be asked sometimes. Like, bro, you know I'm going through right now. I literally had a customer kick off with me like as soon as I started work. Now you want me to stay extra 2 hours for the whole day having these customers kick off with you, and it's like, I don't want to do it. I have to go. When I was doing music stuff, I have to go studio. I have to go do this photo shoot. I have to go do this. So my life doesn't revolve around you. I understand that I gotta put in the work sometimes, but it's like, you asking me every single day?
No. Why one time I booked a holiday for 2 weeks. Why did I work for 1 week of my holiday? Oh yeah, I've seen that. They like to, yes, they do. And they like to take people off their holidays. Yes, they do. Why? And they're like, oh, we'll pay you for your holiday and for working, but that's not the point.
That's not the point.
I wanted the holiday.
Yeah. Like, what if I was going out the country, then what?
Yeah, but they ask you questions like that.
I think it's when floor managers or supervisors ask people to stay longer, especially if they haven't treated that employee with respect, then asking that employee to stay longer, they ain't gonna get nothing good from them. Like when I was asked to stay longer, and I wasn't even asked, I was told more likely, like I couldn't really leave. They were just asking.
You could, you'd be like, I couldn't leave.
No, they were asking just for, you know, cottage. Or whenever they ask and you say no, it's like, wow, you know, the next time I won't do this favor for you. It's like they will switch on you like
next
that.
time when I'm doing a rota, I'm gonna put you on this and this.
Yeah.
Are you blackmailing me?
Exactly.
Where's the union?
You can't enjoy a tasty burger on your break.
I mean,
that's a crime, you know.
We don't even get discounts, no.
You don't get discounts on your burgers.
I mean, we take what we want, but officially, you're not allowed. Like, we have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But
that's when I was working in the sports bar, we'd be like, make an extra order of wings because you know no one's picking it up, so then you take that wing to the service tray and then those are your wings.
Yup.
Yup. But
then if you ask for half an hour early to leave because you've got something to do, it's like no.
It's murder.
Like things like that. What is their union in? I don't know.
What's it called in retail?
I don't know.
Head office.
Probably HR.
HR.
I think the union's in school. Yeah. But when they would ask me to stay over, so that for the whole hour or 2 hours, I'm legit doing nothing. I'm just standing around because I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
So you just got somebody just there for an hour and 2 hours. So